2, 2, 1, 2.
Hello, computer.
Hello, computer.
Ready?
Yes, I'm a bit nervous.
Just Work Tutoring.
Hello everyone, my name is Joanna Wilson and this is day 11 of 20 days to plan, where we are bringing you a video every single day over the results period and going back to school. It is just over a week now until we drop the Just Work academic planner, which we are super excited about, aren't we, Dad?
Yay, academic planner, yay!
Are you going to buy one?
I'm buying 3. One for me, one for your mum, and one for your gran.
So we are joined today by the man himself, the YouTube sensation, aka my dad, Neil Wilson, and we're going to chat to him a little bit about his academic journey all those long years ago. So we're going to talk about the here and now, and then we're going to go back to the school days. So my first question is, what are you most proud of today?
God, I knew you were going to ask that question. One of my proudest moments was in 2014 when I landed a role at my old job, which effectively took me to leading 500 people. So it was an operational role, and that came just 2 years after I'd had my stroke. So post having the stroke in 2012, it was a real challenge for me, A, to get back to work, and then B, once I got back to work, to be accepted as just being Neil Wilson. I then landed the kind of most senior, biggest role that I've ever done to date in my career.
Brilliant.
And so I'm super proud of that.
And you did it for how long? 3
years until I took voluntary redundancy. They didn't get rid of me. I took redundancy, just to be clear. So that and winning the scratch medal at Henley Golf Club, equal first.
So in terms of what this channel and this video is about, we'll go down the
career
route.
You don't want to know about the golf?
No, not right now. We maybe save that for a later video.
No golf questions?
No.
Right.
What I wanted to do through talking to my dad, obviously the education system has come a long way since then. My dad is a man who I'm sure will tell you at school didn't really do much, didn't really get many qualifications, and to then come to this place where he sat and said that in 2014 he achieved a senior role in a huge company. This video is about showing the people who might not be so happy with the paper that they opened yesterday that that doesn't define you for the rest of your life.
Like anything that I've done, I can't speak on behalf of other people or say what people should and shouldn't do. I can only tell people what I did and what my story is. And if there's something for people to take away from that, then brilliant. But it's just always my view of the world and what I did. And yes, you're absolutely 100% right. Could I have done better? Yes. Was I smarter than my results? Yes. Did I work hard enough? No.
30 seconds sum up how school was different when you went to how it is now.
First of all, we didn't do GCSEs. We did what we call O levels and CSEs. People would do a combination of O level and CSE depending, which group you got put into. So there was a selection process to say you were in a top group, you were in a middle group, you were in the bottom.
So was a CSE arguably better than an O level?
No, the O level was what you aspired to. The CSE was like one below. It was very rules driven. It was very kind of dictatorial. You were sort of told what you would do. Wilson, you're doing maths, physics, English, PE, on you go. It's kind of like and when you got to the selection thing, it was just mind-boggling, but I think there was much more directional approach that says you will do. If I was to use one word, I'd say more formal.
I mean, for me, like, school was a place that I wanted to go.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you felt like that when you went to school.
No.
But
No! God, please, no!
I really look forward to going to school. I like seeing my friends. I like doing the things in class.
At the end, I just wanted to go play golf.
But were you naughty at school?
No, I wouldn't say I was naughty. I wasn't a standout kind of naughty person. You got into one or two scrapes. Towards the end of school, if you do like 3 periods now, don't you?
Yeah.
If you ever got an opportunity where you had a 3 period, I'd just go playing golf. And you were supposed to be studying.
So, what were your results then?
Well, I got, so just a bit of myth busting, I did get an O level in drama.
We got it in writing anyway.
Yeah, I think Mum's got the certificates or something, or I might have the certificates here. But I did do more O levels than that. But the one that I got an A in was drama, and then the others that came in behind that, sort of maths and English, the results weren't very good. I don't know if they were all actual passes, or I might have scraped a couple of passes, in a couple of the other O levels. I think it's right up there with the major O level achievements in my opinion.
You're putting it to good use now, aren't you, being a full-time YouTuber?
Yeah, full-time YouTuber, full-time podcaster, full-time do whatever else for me to do.
You come from this place where you've done all right. I think the thing that was lacking for you was the enjoyment and the desire to do well at school. Would you agree?
If you have a desire and you've got end goals and you want to achieve something, then you've got to put the work in.
So what's happened between leaving at 16 then and that proudest moment? Obviously a hell of a lot.
First of all, I did a lot more golf. I was an assistant professional. I played off 2 handicap. I was pretty good. I played for the county down in Hampshire.
Oh, you're talking about golf.
Right. Well, do you ask me what I did? And it's part of the thing. And then my dad got posted to Leeds with his army role. So the kind of golf thing was finished for me at that point. And then I worked at a company called BJam, which is now which is now the equivalent is now Iceland, you know, what freezers,
yeah.
to load up the freezers. I really liked working there. They had a pathway that's a star-based scheme, so you'd start as a 1-star, and then you do your booklet and do your whatever, and you get signed off as a 2-star. It was on a badge there, so you'd have a badge with 5 stars on, and when you got your star, it'd be filled in, and the rest of the time it was always empty. You're genius.
How many stars did you get to?
Well, I got 5. Obviously, I was like this. I got 5, and then I became this.
So you worked harder at your BJam star scheme than you did at your education?
Yeah, I had 2 right. Yeah, I wanted them stars. Them stars were mine. And I'll tell you what else as well. You always got known as your star. So your name became irrelevant. Your name was added on it. It'd be like Stephen 2-star. I went from BJam, which is Crossgates, and started working at the Lawnswood Arms. It was a pub, and I just started as a barman there, and believe it or not, became the assistant manager. That was another pathway you know, it's just something about these kind of
pathways.
Me and pathways, and this aspiration that says, well, here's the stepping stones, and I get to there. And then I went into sales after that, so I did loads of sales jobs. And then I found my niche when I joined the company that I was at for 25 years, which I started as taking the breakdown calls from customers. That's what I started as.
I bet you were a right crack on phone, weren't you?
Yeah, I used to love it on the phone. When you're doing 150 telephone calls a day and they're all about breakdowns, and you went through your 150th, hello, I've broken down. You say, okay, what's the registration of your vehicle? I don't know the registration of my vehicle. Can you have a look at the car? It's in the car. Oh, yeah. Right, whereabouts are you? I don't know. I'm driving from my grand's house. It can become really quite tiresome and monotonous. What I tried to do is I tried to do a paradigm shift with, do you know something? In the UK, just under 2,000 people get killed or maimed at the roadside, broken down every year.
Really?
So what we were actually doing was we weren't just talking to another person that was driven from their grands and they'd broken down and they didn't know where they were or what the registration number was. We're saving lives. Our business saves lives. Every call was different. Every person you were dealing with was different. And also they were on a journey going somewhere. And I wanted to complete their journey for them. Leadership was my thing. Because I talked to people about that. Well, this job's boring, Neil. And I'd say, well, it isn't, is it? A, it's as boring as you make it. And B, it's your attitude towards what you're doing, isn't it?
I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you, dear. I'm proud of you.
Do you have an opinion on whether someone should or shouldn't go through the entire education pathway, including then going to university and getting a degree?
I can honestly say, in my life to this point, I've never thought about that question. In simple terms, logic says in life you need to read and write and add up. I think, you know, whether you go right through the full education system like you've done, I think it's personal. Where you set your aspirations and goals are personal to you. I've led a lot of people, a lot of people that have gone on to different roles bigger than mine. And I have led people that started like me, arguably with not the best education, and I've led Oxbridge University graduates. And there's this whole thing that some of the ones that come through are awesome and better, think logically, have a much better personality, find it easier to engage with people, find it easier to lead with people, however, can't look at problem solving, solutions, best way forward, how do we do it, like the graduates can, you know, in my experience, there seems to be a higher amount of intelligence of people that have done the education system because they just think differently about things.
Yeah.
But I would always say people that are with the people seem to make better leaders, but the ones that have done academically, they need to be together because these guys are like, you know, your business needs to. So now I've seen everything in between, but it's personal. You need to do what makes you happy, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
If it doesn't make you happy, it's nonsense, isn't it?
Yeah.
Complete nonsense.
So last question is, what would be your biggest piece of advice to a 15-year-old that's just about to start their GCSEs?
That's easy, isn't it? Follow your dreams. No other advice in the world. Follow your dreams. And if your dreams include you needing to smash your exams, smash your exams. If your dreams don't include you needing to smash your exams, Don't smash your exams. It's up to you. Also, can I have 2?
Have
It
2.
needs to, you see, follow your dreams is easy, but it needs to be your dream. What your one, not one that other people are setting for you. Every single person I have ever met in everything I've done, but when you speak to them, and I've spoke to hundreds, all have a different dream. Every single one of them has a different dream. Not every single one of them follows it. If you could do anything that you could do, what would you do? I'd say, I'll come here tomorrow. I'll work here tomorrow. Because if I didn't want to do this, I'd be doing something else. Well, I wouldn't. I always wanted a sandwich shop. I'd love to make sandwiches, you know, tuna, ham and cheese, ham and coleslaw. I just want to make... Follow your dreams. If you need your exams, smash your exams. The only way to smash your exams is work hard. If you don't know how to work hard, find out how to work hard, and you've got to work smart as well.
Find out from me how to work.
Find out from Joanna what you need to do, because that's a real challenge for everybody, because not everybody can just sit down and think, oh, right, I need that, I just do all these things. That is one thing I will say.
Thanks for the 30-minute video, Dad.
Oh, so how long is it supposed to be? Right, we've gone over. Let's just accept we've gone over. Loads of people have switched off by now anyway, so they've not even seen this, will they?
Thanks to the 3 people that are still watching.
We love you. Sandwich shop owners. It's going to change, and it's going to grow and evolve and change. Yeah. You know, when I was at school, I wanted to be an astronaut. But in the reality is, the amount of people that can be astronauts... Why are you looking at my hair? Why are you looking at my hair when I'm saying brilliant stuff here? What's wrong with it?
It looks good, it actually looks good. Go on, astronauts.
Well, the reality of the number of people on the planet that can be astronauts is kind of zippo, isn't it? If that's what you want to do, if you want to be an astronaut, brilliant. But there has to be some realism. You know, your dreams can't be just delusional. So your dreams have to be relative to you and what you want to achieve.
You are right about dreams changing, because when I went to university, I had a dream of finding something in science that I absolutely loved, getting a PhD in it and rolling with it for the rest of my life. And 3 years later, I'm sat here vlogging with my dad, and there's no PhD
well, I
in
tell you
sight.
When I went out, and people say to me, how do you want to get doing on at Cambridge? Brilliant. Oh, she's absolutely loving it. What's she going to do? Oh, she's staying on. She's going to do a PhD and a doctorate. That's what I used to say to everybody, because that's what I believe. And then as time moves on and you do the degree, you change your mind, don't you, about what your dream is? It's just a kink in the road, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the reality is, if you take your starting point and your end game's there, and you get so far into your course, and all of a sudden you go up here, you start thinking differently. Your end game's moved, doesn't it? So it's going to be the PhD and a doctorate, but it doesn't mean that you are not still the hero of your journey and you can achieve whatever the new end game is. You've still got the same drive, passion, determination on a different end game. You have to want to work hard, and I mean hard.
So, there we have it. After a 30-minute spiel, we found out that the YouTube sensation's biggest piece of advice to you watching, whether you are absolutely buzzing with the results you got yesterday, whether you're not quite as happy as you'd hoped, is...
follow your dreams. Can I just say one thing? If you're not quite as happy as you'd hoped, which means it affects your dream, then go back and change the outcome. Get the right outcome so you can still do your dream.
Thank you so much for that, Dad.
You're welcome.
We'll catch you tomorrow for day 12 of 20 days to plan. Keep smashing it, and remember, anything is possible if you...
just work.